Hey guys, it's Johnny FD, and it's been another day here in Budapest, the capital of Hungary, right on the border of Ukraine. And today I want to address and answer a very important question that I've gotten a lot, and that is, why did I leave Ukraine? Why did I flee from Ukraine? Why didn't I stay in Ukraine? Why didn't I stay and fight? Why didn't I join the army? Why did I leave Kiev? Why did I leave Ukraine? And the simple answer is Russia invaded and started bombing the crap out of Ukraine.
Begin with major developments from the war in Ukraine.
The Russian military appears to be stepping up its assault on several cities, taking control of a key port city while targeting more civilians.
There's a war. The answer on why I didn't leave sooner is because I really did not think Putin was crazy enough to attack or bomb Kiev, the capital. And I know a lot of you in the comments are going to say, I told you so. It was all over the US news. But ask the 2 million Ukrainians who stayed in Kiev, or expats Ukrainians. They also didn't think so either. So it really wasn't just me. In retrospect, should I have left earlier? Yes, of course. Do I regret not leaving earlier? Yeah, of course. I didn't want to flee, all right? I don't want this to be happening. But sometimes we misjudge. We make decisions that don't pay off. So the question is, why didn't I stay? Why did I leave then? And honestly, it was the toughest decision I've ever made in my life. I did not want to go. Like, you can watch all my previous videos, my live streams. I did not want to go. Like, I didn't want to go so bad that maybe that clouded my judgment on why I didn't leave earlier. This is why some people said I was delusional for even staying that long. I stayed until Friday, February 25th, 5 p.m. or something like that, 6 p.m. The first bomb in Kiev, the missile attacks of the airports by Russia, happened the day before, the morning before. It's almost 30, 40 hours earlier. The morning before, the 24th, it happened. And that was the moment I was like, you know what? We misjudged this. By the way, I'm walking to another anti-war protest at the Russian embassy. I've been coming here every day since I got to Budapest to try to support. Even that morning there was more attacks, there was more missile attacks, Russian troops were coming. Even then, I was like, no, I'm staying. I bought food over the last few weeks to be prepared. I had like 20 liters of water as well. Coming from the US and seeing what happened with even like people hoarding toilet paper or mis-shopping, things like that really got under my skin, you know? And it's like, Ukrainians are such good people. I wanted to highlight that, not highlight the negatives of, the few people who do bad things. Because in America, a lot of people do good things too. And it's true that the news and, even social media doesn't highlight the good people enough. So I'm gonna try to do that more from now on as well. Like, for example, how beautiful these buildings are here in the city center. So as the day got, passed, I said to Bald, I said, if we stay, we need to be prepared to stay here for a long time. And it could be 1 month, 2 months, or 3 months even. And I said, if you're willing to take that chance, I'm willing to stay. But prudently and rationally, we should try to get out of here. None of us knew what was going to happen. So it's honestly the very last second decision. We was like, you know what? It's 4 p.m. Let's pack up. Let's get out of here. And we were very lucky to have made that train. We bought one ticket and we shared the seat basically. I was also very lucky that I realized that one of the top bunks was being used to store luggage and like dirty sheets, and nobody was using it. You know, it was empty basically the whole ride until night. And I was like, you know what, why don't we just move this stuff around so someone can sleep down? You know, that way I can give up my seat and the other people can be more comfortable and I can lay down and get some sleep. I thought I slept like 10 hours, but in reality, when I think about it now, it was probably like 6 or 7. But anyways, I'm very lucky to have some sleep. I didn't make it part of the video. I think I just made an off comment about it, but there was a group of like, I don't know, like 12 or 13 Indian guys who showed up at the very last second after everyone had been waiting there for like an hour in line, and they pushed everyone aside to try to get on the train. And the conductor was like, no, don't, like, you can't do that. So they didn't get on. None of them spoke English or Russian or Ukrainian, so it's hard to communicate. None of them had a ticket. So I feel bad for them, right? They're still human people, right? But that's what happened. So whatever you see on the news about discrimination, I'm sure it happens, but you have to ask, you know, were you there to see it? If you weren't there to see it, there's probably another side of the story. So I actually see the protest coming up very, very close to it. But at the end of the day, I knew if I just stayed, I would either just shelter in place or I would fight. I would join the military. And that was a very hard decision. Thinking, if I stay, what benefit would I be? Would I be a liability or an asset? And to who? Someone messaged me saying, Americans need to leave because if we're caught by the Russian forces, we're used as a bargaining chip. So, which is not good. So here we are, guys.
Україною. І тоді би ваші танки не пройшли. Я звертаюся до вас, схаменіться і давіть на свого представника і поверніть.
So I knew that if I stayed, that means I would either just be sheltering and I might not be of any help. You know, like I would either put myself and others in unnecessary danger by rushing the front lines as an untrained civilian. Like I have no training, I'm not very fast, I'm an easy target. And I was really thinking about it. I was like, you know what, would I do more harm or good? And I realized I'm the first one to die in every single first-person shooter, whether it's Call of Duty or like VR. I can't even, like I was watching the news and different clips and I couldn't tell which one were the Ukrainian forces and which one were the Russian forces. So I'd probably shoot the wrong side. And I was like, I'm not gonna be good at this. Like, if Putin wanted to challenge me to any kind of fist fight, kickboxing match, MMA, you know, bare knuckle, happy to fight him. Putin, here's your challenge. If you want to fight me anyway, I don't care. I'll fight you in Sambo, I'll fight you in Judo, I'll fight you in no rules, whatever you want. I'll fight you to the death. Like, and I mean that 100%. I will fight you to the death, and if I win, you stop this war. That, you know, and I'll fight your champion. I don't care who it is. All right, send someone. I'll fight him to the death, and if I lose, at least I had a shot because that's something at least I was trained in. But gun battles, tanks, like fighter jets, I don't know how to do any of that stuff. But what I am good at, and like maybe my only skill I have, is creating content and showing what's going on. So showing the first-hand account of someone who's been through it, what's happening, sharing the protests, helping collect funds, interviewing people, showing the struggles. That is the one thing I'm good at. And I realize if I stay in a basement, in a bunker, or even in my apartment, like I can't do, like what am I gonna do? I can't show anything. Wouldn't even know what's going on. And if I go out to try to be like a war journalist, I'll probably end up getting killed. And I'll probably, like, it wouldn't be good if I knew, or get captured. So that's when I realized, is like, I'm not gonna be a good soldier. So even though I can say that I've never once considered joining the military. If the US went to war, and we did all these times, whether it was to Afghanistan or to like Iraq, you know, to Iraq, I never once was like, oh yeah, take me there. I'm like, no freaking way, I would never join the military. But Ukraine was the one country I was like, you know what? This is completely unprovoked. They're good people. Russia came in as an aggressor. Putin is a fucking son of a bitch. This was the one country I was seriously consider fighting and dying for. But I knew I knew I just couldn't do it. I'm like, and for you in the comments right now, typing away, I promise you, it's much harder when you're actually here than when you're sitting behind a keyboard and you're comfortable wherever you are, your kitchen table or some cafe or in your bedroom. It's really easy to judge and say what you would have done if you're in this situation. But once you're actually here and you have so much to lose, it's not that easy. So, you know, my heart goes out to everyone who stayed. You guys are the fucking heroes for fighting. But for the people who left, I understand, guys. Like, I understand why you left. And I would say the hardest part is just knowing that I knew, like, I was like, if I stay, I'm gonna be a fucking hero. You know, if I stay and fight for the Ukrainian army, how cool would that be, right? All these awesome photos of me holding an AK-47, the Ukrainian army uniform. I would be the man, right? But I was like, it's not, I'm like, that's not me. I'm not a soldier, guys. In that, you know, Ukrainian military uniform, holding that AK-47, driving a tank. I knew I would be staying for the wrong reasons. And I knew that my abilities is better used somewhere else. Like, and if any of you, you know, are strong, fighting age people, you have military experience, you know, you're nimble, join. You can't, like, there's nothing stopping you from joining. Ukraine is taking volunteers. So if you have the energy to, you know, write a comment saying, oh, I would have stayed, go, please go. Like, there's programs where they'll even help get you there, right? I'm sure if you do a GoFundMe to get a flight out to Ukraine so you can join the military, please do it, all right? I will support you. And honestly, not even sarcastically, I will think you're a fucking hero for going there. So if you want to go and you want to be a better man than me, please go. But I know that's not my strength. It's like, I'm not going to be good at it. I'll die and I'll be a liability. But what I can do is I can come and show this. I can show the world what's happening. I've been taking breaks and streaming it on Instagram and on Twitter, helping raise money. There's a lot of people who don't have a platform. They don't have the money. They don't have the, you know, maybe even the language abilities or the audience to be able to show what's going on. And that's like the one thing I have, right? So personally, I've already donated over $1,000 to help support the Ukrainian cause. I've already committed $3,000 more, and I said anyone like I personally know who needs like anything, I'm happy to help, right? Like the food in my fridge, my apartment even, I left keys with my neighbors, and more importantly, I've been sharing the message with the world because a lot of people still don't actually know what's happening. And what's insane, well, here's what blows my mind, is in the last video or two, instead of people focusing on who's the real aggressor, who's the real son of a bitch, who's Putin, by the way, and Russia for attacking, they're nitpicking about like politically correct bullshit. Like, oh, you know, what about this? What about people waiting at the border, you know, of black and brown colors? You know, were they being treated unfairly? You know, why would you call someone a Roma gypsy? It's just for cutting in line and destroying the queue for everyone else. Those aren't the important things. The important thing right now, all right, even if you don't like agree with what I said or what you saw, those are not the important things, guys. This is what's problem with the world today, is the important thing is to stop Putin from this war and destroying Ukraine, killing Ukrainian people, destroying the country, especially because it was completely unprovoked. That's the important thing. That's all that matters. All right? If I pissed you off, I'm sorry. All right? I say things, and I was definitely very stressed out this last week. All right? It's not easy, man. Like, you guys might think my life is so easy. It's not. Like, I've worked very, very hard to save up money to buy those 2 apartments, and that was my life. That was going to be my future. And this son of a bitch, Putin, took it. And it's not just my life. The life of my friends, the life of so many people. And I was gonna stay and try to, just be with my friends, help them. But they all left too. Like, everybody left. Like, there's probably a small handful of people that I know that are still in Kiev, and they're with family, they're with friends. Nobody's alone, nobody's hungry, nobody's starving. Everybody's okay. They're with family, they're with friends, they're in their village, they're in Lviv, they've left. So there was nothing else, no other reason for me to be there. And that's why I really left, all right? It wasn't fair to my parents, who were worried sick about me for the last month. Like, can you imagine, like, my mom just every day, like, checking the news, having messages from people saying, is your son okay? Is your son okay? Those messages don't help, guys. Like, you think that helps when, you call someone's parents, you message them saying, like, what are you going to do about your son? Like, she's like, there's nothing she can do. It's my choice to stay or not. And I knew if I made it, if I stayed, it would destroy her. Especially if I died in that war. Can you imagine that? Just to be a hero, just to stay. So instead, I helped to raise money to help people who can actually help. Whether it's for food and shelter or supplies. And it's hard to validate exactly how much I've raised so far because, it's complicated, right? But from all the messages I've got with people sending screenshots and they donated, a lot of it was small donations. A lot of it was $20 here, $30 there, $100 there, $400 there. There's a couple big ones, especially when I posted about you can donate in crypto and Ether. I've definitely raised over $10,000 already. And I may have raised close to, I don't know, I don't want to say any numbers because it's hard to say, but definitely I've raised over $10,000 already. And that's helping Ukraine. My goal was to help raise $100,000, and I think it's possible. Every day I've been tweeting about it, putting it in my Instagram stories, messaging friends, matching people's donations. And that's what I can do from here. I can go to these rallies, I can show the world what's happening, and I can encourage you, wherever you are, to help however you can. Whether it's to donate to a cause, to spread the information that Putin is the aggressor in this, and that Ukraine doesn't want war. Ukraine is not, Ukrainians are not these racist, Nazis as the propaganda is trying to say. Ukraine and Ukrainians are good people, and they do not deserve this. We need to stop this war. However you can, whether it's donating, and I'll put the links below in the description, whether it's protesting wherever you are in your country, whether it's, spreading awareness on social media, or whether it's joining the military. They're willing to take everyone. So if you are, fighting age, over 18, and you want to fight, and you say, and you're the type to say, like, if I was in your situation, Johnny, I would have stayed. Go, please go. I support you. Even though people without visas to the EU got denied boarding to, it's sad. Like, in this day and age where we're so against toxic masculinity and, like, everything needs to be equal. This guy, like, he was with his baby and he was alone. Like, just let him through. It doesn't matter if he's a man or a woman. What if there's like some strong, fit, 22-year-old, a woman or 30-year-old woman who wants to go fight? She should be allowed to go fight. So in Ukraine, there's a lot of, people who are doing that. So it's open to anyone. So whoever you are, please think about what you're commenting, because if you're not helping the situation, you're just making it worse. Please help Ukraine. It's not about me. It's not about you. It's not about what's politically correct. It's about ending this war as soon as possible. So please do what you can. And at the end of the day, if you hate me, so be it. You don't have to watch my videos, guys. There's plenty of news out there. I'm just trying to do what I can do and show the story and show my part and show what's really happening in the world.
Hands off Ukraine! Hands off
Ukraine!
Hands off Ukraine!
Hands off
Ukraine!
Hands off Ukraine! Hands off Ukraine! Off Ukraine! Hands off Ukraine, baby.
А тепер вивчіть.
Путін! Хуйло! Путін! Хуйло! Путін! Хуйло! Слава Україні! Героям слава! Слава Україні!
Героям слава!
Слава! Слава!
Слава Україні, guys.
Душу й тіло ми положим за нашу свободу і покажем, що ми праві.
Інформації, долучайтеся до груп, допомагайте.
Пані Ярославе, станьте, сфотографуйтеся.
Котрі прийшли цими днями, нас дуже багато.
Сумщина, українці Будапешту, українці Угорщини підтримують вас. Ми кожного дня виходимо на мітинг, тут працюють волонтери, тут збирають допомогу, допомагають переселенцям. Сумчани, українці, тримайтеся! Ми з вами разом переможемо! Слава Україні! Героям слава!